Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nini and today we're starting sketchbook number 5. Hooray! So if you don't know me, hello once again. I make a lot of character designs and concept art in my sketchbooks, and this is my 5th sketchbook. I had recently posted my sketchbook tour for my last sketchbook, so if you haven't seen that, you should definitely go watch it. I tried to cut it down, but it's almost an hour long, so a lot of great content in there though. So please go watch it and you'll learn a bit more about me and the stuff that I like to do. Also, while you're over there, maybe you would like to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and maybe leave a comment about what kind of sketches that you liked from the sketchbook, or like what you like to see in general in art. And yeah, I can't believe this is my 5th sketchbook already. It's like, I feel like my first sketchbook was like only a few months ago. But apparently I've been doing this for like 2 years now, so it's been a wild ride. Oh wow, it's going a lot faster than I thought it would. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see from the beginning of the sketchbook, or the beginning of this video, this is a Talons Art Creations sketchbook that I got from Kinokuniya. I think it's like an A4 size. It's bigger than my last sketchbook. My last 3 sketchbooks actually were all square bound sketchbooks. My second and my third sketchbook were Ohuhu mixed media sketchbooks, and then my 4th one was an ELO sketchbook. But this one is a Talons Art Creations mixed media sketchbook, and it's A4 size, I believe. And I got it from Kinokuniya because I've been scouting it out for a while now. Yeah, it was like, how much was it? Was it like $20? I don't know. But it was a little bit more than I wanted to spend on it. But I really wanted to try it out because I've heard good things about it. And I also just wanted to try to get back into like a different size for my sketchbook, even though I got comfortable using a square bound sketchbook. And then I also got those stickers that I decorated my sketchbook with from Kinokuniya as well. And all of them are cat stickers. If there's one thing you need to know about me, is that I love cats. So yeah, that's basically what the theme for the front cover is. And I actually added one more sticker, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, so right now I'm just testing out all the different art supplies that I use regularly, like my watercolors, my water-based markers, Prismacolor pencils, all that kind of stuff, just to see how well this sketchbook works as a mixed media sketchbook. Like, when I first opened the sketchbook, it seemed like the paper was thinner than I would like it to be, like compared to the Ohuhu mixed media paper, but it still kind of worked well. It just didn't work very well for the watercolor, which is really sad because I wanted to get back into using watercolor. But anyways, oh my gosh, this is going faster. So today we're going to be decorating the inside cover of my sketchbook, and I decided to base it off of this illustration that I'm showing you. I was doing voiceover at the time, but it sounded really bad. But yeah, it's basically of this whale fall place in my manga story, which I'll get into later. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Yeah. I also just wanted to say a brief reminder about my Draw This in Your Style that I'm currently hosting for Serenity. The deadline is coming up very soon, and I'm really excited to see all of your entries. So if you would like to win a chance to get some free art commission, then enter the Draw This in Your Style by drawing Serenity in your style. I'll put a link to the video in the comments or the description. But yeah, when you sell some free art. So yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever explained this in a video before. I don't explain a lot of things about my story in my videos. I kind of just draw them, but I'm gonna explain it now. So in my manga story, I have my main characters, Monguo, Pepper, Karma, Lapis, Hunter, and the Emperor. Those are the characters that I have so far. And this is like a fantastical story, so there's a lot of elements that just wouldn't happen in real life. And there's a lot of settings that just are really fantastical. So one of the settings that I had established, I think maybe a year ago, but I didn't really go further into it until like a few months ago. And that place is the Emperor's City, which is on the back of a flying humpback whale. But I had this idea of having another location that is related to whales, and I don't know what to call it yet, but it's based off of a whale fall. If you don't know me, I really like to watch the Nautilus live streams. If you don't know what that is, please go watch them. They're so geeky. It's like a bunch of scientists looking through a camera attached to, I think it's not a submarine. It's like a probe, maybe, I don't know, that they send into like deeper parts of the ocean so that they can do research and like maybe even discover new organisms. And there's this video of them discovering a whale fall and the reactions are all so geeky, and I absolutely loved the concept of a whale fall. Well, I don't love the concept of a whale dying, but you know, it's part of the whole circle of life kind of deal. But yeah, I really wanted to use that as inspiration for a setting in this story, especially since I already have the Emperor's City as a setting. So it's kind of like there are multiple whales and they're kind of endangered, but how do I explain this? But when they die, they fall to the surface of the world, and they are the fish that are used as transportation to the Emperor's City also eat the whales when they die. So basically this scene is of the fish that have been waiting for the whale to die to are flying around the whale skeleton to eat the scraps remaining. If that makes any sense. I'm so sorry if that doesn't make any sense. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I sketched it pretty quickly in my sketchbook before doing this. But yeah, maybe I'll try to explain it clearer in the comments. I'm really sorry that it's so jumbled. I've never had to explain it out loud before. But yeah, that's pretty much the concept of it, and it's basically just Mongol standing in the setting, I guess, because I really wanted to practice drawing a character in a setting. So yeah, that's basically what this is about. Sorry that the video quality is so bad too. I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do for the setup for my desk in Korea, because I'm in Korea right now as an exchange student, so it's a bit difficult trying to get back into the groove of recording videos and that kind of stuff. And I had to buy a whole new gooseneck because the gooseneck that I had at home to record videos was broken, so I didn't even bother bringing it here. But yeah, so it was a bit of a struggle trying to figure that out. But I finally started recording stuff, so there will be more content soon. But yeah, I guess we'll get a bit more into the process of this sketch, of this illustration. So I sketched it originally in the beginning of my sketchbook, not the inside cover. Ooh, excuse me. I sketched it with my pen, a new pen that I bought here in Korea, and I love it so much. It's almost out of ink. I had to buy a new one. But I sketched it with pen in my sketchbook, and then I took a picture of it and extracted the lines from the picture in Abyss Paint X, and then I did a color test in Abyss Paint X, and then I finally sketched onto the inside cover of this sketchbook with my Prismacolor Color Erase pencils. And I think that the sketch in the beginning of this sketchbook is not as good as the one inside of the sketchbook, but yeah, it is what it is. And then I started coloring this illustration with highlighters as a base color, and then my water-based markers, and then my oil-based markers, which are a lifesaver if you need to like color on top of any kind of mistakes. And then I wasn't really happy with how that turned out, so I bought these acrylic paints to paint over the illustration. I just felt like it wasn't matching the vibe of what I wanted. I definitely did it better in my Abyss Paint X version. This, I'm just showing you that I made progress in this sketchbook, and that this inside cover decoration took a long time. I think that I put it off for like a week and a half, so this definitely took a lot longer than I wanted it to. The video footage says that it's like 5 hours long, which is a lot longer than I would want to spend on a sketch in my sketchbook. I usually reserve that kind of time for like a full-blown painting, like an oil painting maybe, and even I spend longer on that too, or a digital painting too. I don't mind spending like 5 to 10 hours on a painting, but not on something for my sketchbook. I feel like that brings so much stress, and I felt like I did not like how this illustration was turning out either, because I was spending so long on it when I usually like to be quick and efficient with my sketches. Sorry that this narration is like getting all over the place. I'm kind of just spitballing at this point. But yeah, I wasn't really happy with how it was turning out, so I went back over it with acrylic paints. And I don't know how much I like these acrylics. I usually went with the Liquitex acrylic. Yeah, the Liquitex basic acrylic paints. But those are at home right now, so I ended up just buying a basic acrylic paint set. And I'm definitely out of practice when it comes to acrylic paints. I usually love to paint with oil paints, because it's a lot smoother and you can always go back and blend because it's going to be wet. And with acrylic, it dries super quickly, so I have to get back into being used to that a bit. Yeah, I'm on the fence about how I feel about this illustration. I might redraw it in the future as the end cover spread, but I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, I also was very uncomfortable with drawing the mountain. That's supposed to be a mountain, and it's supposed to be like rocks, and like I guess I've been trying to understand how a mountain works, so I just painted it based off of like geometric shapes and trying to do lights on like different planes of the rocks, if that makes sense. And I thought that it didn't look very natural, but I took this picture from on campus, and rocks actually kind of do look like that. Probably not from that far away, but I was kind of like comforted by looking at those rocks. But yeah, I also wasn't very happy with how the grass going up the mountain was turning out. I definitely need to do more environmental studies, which if you don't know, I do have an environmental playlist. I still don't have a title for that playlist, but it's basically me learning how to draw settings and like environments and do environmental studies and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's also there on my YouTube channel. Yeah. But I am still happy with how this fish turned out. I've been drawing a lot of fish in my sketchbook and just in general. Like even with my last oil painting, I drew some animated fish into my oil painting. Yeah. I guess I'll talk about some of the goals that I have for this sketchbook. I want to develop like titles for my stories because I don't have titles as of now. I think for my Mongol story, my original title was The Adventures of Mongol the Cat, but I don't think that really fits anymore, especially since I have more characters now. Because originally, when I was originally coming up with the story, it was just going to be Mongol and Pepper going on like little funny adventures, but now I've matured as a conceptor, and the story has matured as well. So I don't think that title fits anymore. And then for my other story, it was just going to be The Daily Life of Zara and Serenity, but I kind of want like a more warm title and a less long title, if that makes sense. I want one to like kind of encapsulate the story that I'm trying to tell, which it's kind of just different slice of life stories that I wanted to tell in that big story, if that makes sense. So yeah, developing titles is something that I definitely want to do in this sketchbook and just in general, but I definitely want to do it within the period that I'm working in this sketchbook. Another goal that I have is to create 2 new characters for my Mongol story. I've been recently developing or like coming up with ideas for a character. It's going to be a wolf character. I haven't drawn them yet, so I don't know what they look like yet, but I definitely want to come up with new characters for this story. I want to develop 2 to 3 more Mongol locations, or just develop locations that I've already set up. I know that I want to conceptualize a bit more with Hunter's Gully, which is kind of like Hunter's little shop of horrors a little bit. I haven't really drawn it in 1.5 years, maybe? Not since the beginning of this channel, I don't think. But I definitely want to see what that would look like now that I've grown up a little bit, and have a bit of better skills, I guess. I don't know. What other goals do I have? Oh, I know now. So because spooky season is coming up, I definitely want to develop the thumbnails for the illustrations that I want to make for that like art season for my story Pumpkin Blood. That's actually a title. I'm so happy that I finally came up with a title for that, and that's a story that I develop every spooky season, like every Halloween, about this Pumpkin King Headless Horseman character and this vampire character, and just like their relationship together. That's really the gist of the goals that I have for this sketchbook. I've been drawing a lot in this sketchbook so far, so I have I don't think I've actually done any of the goals so far. I think maybe I guess technically I did develop one new location, which is this whale fall thing, but I don't think I've worked on any of the other goals so far. And I'm how far am I into this sketchbook? Maybe like 1/4 of the way? No, maybe less than that. A bit less than 1/4 of the way through this sketchbook. Yeah. So I've been making a lot of progress. Sorry that you guys haven't been seeing it. I just haven't had the time or the energy to record stuff in my sketchbook because I've been settling into Korea. But now that I am settled in, I'm definitely going to be able to make more content for YouTube. And I know it's only the beginning of the sketchbook, but I already can't wait to do a sketchbook tour because I have so much stuff to geek about that I came up with this in this beginning of the sketchbook. There's some like storyboards for an animation that I want to do. There's some thumbnails for a comic idea that I want to do. Just a whole bunch of cool stuff that I thought of. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the goals. But yeah, getting back to the video a little bit, I still wasn't very happy with how it was turning out, so I busted out my Prismacolor color pencils, Prismacolor Premier color pencils, I think. I've had this set since senior year of high school, maybe. Might have been my freshman year of college. But yeah, I basically just used that to render everything a bit more. It definitely made the fish look better. But I'm still not very happy with how the whale skeleton turned out. I'm definitely gonna have to do some whale studies and like some whale skeleton studies in my sketchbook to help fix that problem of it not exactly looking anatomically correct, I guess. Even for someone who doesn't know what an anatomically correct whale skeleton looks like, I can tell that that's not it. But yeah, it kind of looks concept artish but I don't know. I'm just a little bit of a perfectionist, so I definitely think that I could have maybe done better, maybe as an oil painting. I really want to do a big oil painting, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to ship it back to the US. I definitely don't want it to get damaged, because I have an idea for a big oil painting besides this one, but I'm really scared of it getting lost or damaged, so I don't know. But I think for 5 hours long, the fish looks alright. The fish looks the best part out of all of this. Like, I really liked how the sketch turned out. Maybe I'll develop that the one that I have in Abyss Paint X a bit more, because I'm definitely not coming back to this one. But yeah, I will definitely consider making it again in the end of the sketchbook so that we can see my progress through making like environments and like studying environments. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, now I'm just finishing up the illustration by writing down sketchbook number 5 and the start date for the sketchbook, even though I'm doing this way after the start date. Yeah, I lined it with my Prismacolor white pencil, and then I colored it in with my white oil-based marker. And then I wrote the date, which was August 2024, I believe. Yeah, August 2024. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of this process. I'm so sorry that it took so long to do this video. And I've just been a little bit of a procrastinator. But if you like this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing, sharing it maybe, and leaving a comment down below. And maybe join the Discord. We would love to have you there. And don't forget that the deadline for the Draw This in Your Style is coming up real soon. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye!